of heroes. Their adventures will take them far to the north and into the heart of the Empire. They will be both Catspaw and foil. They will be embroiled in politics and war. And they alone will save the Empire from its greatest enemy, the enemy within.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to The Enemy Within, live here on RVTV. How we all doing, everybody? Yes, folks, it's time for more exciting Warhammer fantasy action here on RVTV. Of course, I'm the Shades, and with me we got the crew, my lovely wife, Lady K, and the boys, Mildra the Monk, Matty Jay, Mike Shell, BioHybrid, and we've got some guests hiding in the background. We've got my sister-in-law, Shiori, hiding in the back.
Hola!
And Matty is not exactly in his usual location, is he, Matty? Oh, hold on. I just realized. Now you're live.
Now we're live? All right, now we're live, and I'm in the bun. But before I do... No! I'm coming to you live from the RVT Entertainment / BrokenInfinite.com world headquarters in this hotel room at the Holiday Inn and Suites across from Universal Orlando. So there's that, and you wanna say hi, ladies and gentlemen, the president and CEO of the BrokenInfinite.com. Hi.
Seraph into his house!
Come on, people! Celebration! It's a celebration, bitches! So he'll be in the background. If any rift comes up, he will be back there, of course.
Indeed. Now, before we get started, we have a couple buttons we got to hit.
Yes.
Maddie, we'll get to yours first. We'll get to yours in a bit. But, hey, Dizzy! You thought we didn't notice what you said in the chat there before the show?
Oh,
Don't worry. It's a good button this time.
yeah.
Because it's a certain day today. So,
Garbage day?
No! Damn it! Dave! Nope. For today, I get to hit this little button.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. おめでとう。素晴らしい。
素晴らしい! Happy birthday to you, Dizzy. That's our little tradition around here.
Japanese Rod Roddy.
Yep.
You guys are fucked.
She got the cotton candy.
Well,
Not just one. I've got my last two. You guys are fucked.
we're rolling dice. I think. Hey! Actually, I was gonna say we're rolling dice, but I take that back because no matter how bad we do, none of us are Peter Sidarso.
Anyone who's watched Power Rangers Hyperforce knows exactly what we're talking about.
Everyone else?
Well,
as
if
they-
you watch the first
as we-
episode on YouTube, I think pretty much anyone who's a fan of RPGs / Power Rangers has probably watched that and known how shit Peter Sidarso, how Mike Shell Peter Sidarso is at rolling dice. Sorry, Mike.
No. You know what? I'll go
Really?
one step. I'm gonna go one step further. Mike Shell is a dice rolling god compared to how Peter Sidarso's been doing.
That is true.
It's that bad.
Now, let me go one step further. Peter Sidarso
honey?
is Will Wheaton.
Honey,
Yes.
We're out of burn heal.
Well, best walk it off then.
Let's see. Here's Naruto is the hyper RPG. What Will Wheaton is the Geek and Sundry.
Pretty much.
Also, don't he'll walk it off, and don't tell Bulk that. Poor guy.
I'm giving him a pass because of that outfit, and because he's made some very good jabs, especially with that super jab yesterday. Because #FTNC.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Fuck the Nick channel.
Fuck the Nick channel.
Also,
anyway, you were mentioning another button.
Also, actually, Ben, we just played the button. You missed it.
Oh.
But it will go to you as well. Happy birthday, Subarashi, and all that jazz. Yes. Now, before the show, and partly to me as well, starting the show, we had another button that needed to be hit because, well, Mildra here decided to be the last person to show up, one of the last people to pop in on Roll20, even though he's usually here before everybody else. So, hey, Seraph! What time is it, sir?
Bum 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 bum. It's Mildra Cockmother! Get in there! Yeah!
That is probably not going to be the last time this happens. So anyway, now that it is good to be back in business, dealing with the grim world of perilous adventure. And yes, last week was a effective break, even if it was a bit chaotic and had the greatest one shot I've ever done with this run.
I still have no clue what happened, but I was happy in my place nonetheless.
Remember what happened with Vega at the end?
Greatest
of
one
last
shot
week?
was the one I rolled.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh
Yep.
shit.
By the way.
However, when we last left, when it came to Warhammer, you guys had more or less gotten set up and arrived at Altdorf, and ended up meeting an old friend of yours, namely Kurt Weiss, who decided to bring you to his boss. And for some reason, hang on, let me do an audio check with the music.
While he does that, fair warning, I have booze and John, I believe you'll approve. Hey, John, I believe you'll approve of this. Mike's hard lemonade.
Ah, good choice, sir. Good choice.
I want booze, but I'll be cooking all night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's because of the thing there. Because of the thing. I owe you a hug for that.
Yep. Is the music audio good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it's perfect level. I can hear everything.
All right. Now, obviously you arrived right on time because, well, because it's not a good idea to keep a man like Graf waiting. But that's the good news when you arrive in his office. The bad news is the fact that Aristeo, as you walk in, you hear him conversing with someone, and you'd know that voice that reeks of smugness anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
I sense Daddy in the wings.
Nope, it's not Daddy. It's something worse. It's Alistair.
Oh, brother.
Oh, here we go.
And Kurd is, as he's leading you in, he's completely oblivious to this, and he knocks on the door. You hear Frederick go. Who is it? I brought you. They've arrived, sir. I brought them as you asked. Then he'll send them in. And you walk in and you see that, and even though you two had even though he had joined the Pistol Corps a year before Alistair is in appearance less of that and more of full on noble garb. With the typical colors of your house, but still more of a noble than a combatant. And he looks straight at Aristaeus and goes, so it was true. It seems my adorable little idiot has gone slumming.
I call it making my own way in life. Something you will never understand, brother.
Oh, how I've missed our little squabbles. Are you still trying desperately to earn your spurs, my dear Aristaeus?
Trying and actually succeeding, in case you haven't heard. I think I'm doing rather well for myself, all things considered.
I have. Lady Clothilda seems to speak quite highly of you.
It's probably because she didn't have to have me shoved down her throat like she did with you.
I'm just trying to stifle back a laugh.
I will take your efforts into consideration when I become count. But if I may be so bold, please do remember that even in your position, you still represent the von Brenner family. Try to at least keep yourself in better company, younger brother.
Funny. I think the company I have is quite well, thank you very much.
Stubborn to the end. I will speak with you again. I'll speak with you again later, Lord Frederick. He says as he walks off, and just as he's walking past you, he nudges you.
Oh, I stand stern and I right back, and I whisper under my breath, "Takes one to know one, you mule."
And before anything can get out of hand, Kurd decides to butt right in and go, Gentlemen, let's be civil here.
Wait. There's such a thing as civility here?
I walk up to Kurt. After he walks away, I walk up to Kurt and like, Mr. Weiss, I'll have you know, for us, that was civil.
Wait, that was?
And I just smile with the biggest shit-eating grin you've ever seen in your life.
Alwyn leans over to Aristaeus. Alwyn leans in over to Aristaeus. I am never calling you fussy butt again.
But you just sacked her best gimmick. Oh, actually, Whistler Ollie, he goes. Actually, in my years of knowing the Lord Von Brenner, yeah, that was the most civil one. Actually, yeah, that was. No,
I remember him. I remember him. Yeah, he was way worse than you, and that's saying something.
Trust me, I've learned some manners in my life.
Learn?
Really?
Yes. Matters? No.
Compared to him, I can assure you.
Well, Kurd immediately just goes, everything's relative.
Yeah,
exactly.
You have no idea, my friend. Well, best not to keep the Graf waiting.
At which he immediately goes,
My apologies, Graf von Kaufmann. Relative, brotherly love at its finest, I assure you.
Corey snorts in the.
If I had to,
Okay.
if I had to put up with him
It's
for
Lady.
if I had to put up with him for another minute, I would have shot him where he stood.
Oh, trust me,
Fun.
I would not have missed him.
Funny, I felt the same way, except I would have socked him one.
Well, let's put it this way: we would help you. We would help you with a disposal, if you know what I mean.
Because I have expended a great deal of resources in the war effort. Your brother decided that it would behoove him to try and forge some sort of mutual understanding, or at least sharing some of the contract load. He seems to think that I'm some halfwit just because he technically outranks me.
That's my.
You know what? As a knight of the inner circle of the Knights Panther, I'm pretty sure I outrank him. But I'd have to check on that, of course.
Technically, yes. But here's the thing. Graf is somebody who's technically a low-ranked noble, but his real pull is the fact that he has a business empire.
He's got the money.
Whereas Alistair, he has a pedigree, but what he doesn't have is something to back him to give him some real influence.
I'm sure Whistler would like to give him a pedigree.
He's not the only one.
Well, what he does have is a 7-foot-tall bastard who could sledgehammer a head off real good. With authority too.
I will consider that. Regardless, I had gotten a letter from Wolfgang. It seems he's been doing well since you left Middenheim. But I do have to ask: Was von Aschenbeck really responsible for my missing gunpowder?
As much as I know you would have loved to seen him suffer for that, no, he was not. He was framed.
Yeah, too much in the framed evidence, not enough in the actually him evidence. Sadly, for you, I think. Yes.
Well, as long as justice was done, I suppose.
Not all justice was done yet.
I'd say a good portion of it, though.
We'll get her yet. Don't worry.
Well, it's like always. It seems that interesting things seem to follow you wherever you go.
Oh, trust me, we've noticed.
Oh, you could say that again.
Let's see. Now, and of course, I'm going to be asking this out of character. Is there any questions that you'd want to ask Frederick now that you've got an audience with him?
Ooh.
My memory of past events is kind of bleh right now, and my mind is focused elsewhere. All things considered.
But whether it be about the other major players, what he's doing in Altdorf, or regarding the conspiracy.
Yeah, I'd say we could start there at the very least, and we'll
start with. I'll start us off with. So, Sir von Kaufman, I must ask, what brings you here to Altdorf?
He smiles, opening a curtain that shows where his office overlooks. He goes, "Oh, I know. It's very impressive, isn't it? An office overlooking the Imperial Palace and all. But privately, between us, I'm hemorrhaging money as long as this war continues. I'm happy to help, of course. I don't have extensive lands to levy or a large household guard to contribute to the war effort, so this is all I can do. But I'll be glad when this is over, and I can recoup my losses and put some of the new contacts and contracts I've developed to good use. And the best place to do that sort of business is in the capital, especially with the state that the Emperor is in currently.
Speaking of the current state of the Emperor, that's part of the reason we're here as well. Our investigation, as you're well aware of, has brought us here. Whatever's going on, we think that the current condition of the Emperor is involved.
Well, as far as that goes, I can at least give you some good news. He appears to be improving, of course, at least according to Luminary Mauer. Obviously, what happened is terrible, but I think you'll agree it could have been worse. Thanks Sigmar that Bearfaust and Mauer got to him in time.
Bearfaust, I don't have much to worry. I'm not concerned about, but I'd be lying if I had my suspicions about Mauer. His sudden rise is not without at least a little concern.
And Alwyn bristles a little bit, considering that that's her college he's talking about.
My apologies. I can see you over there, Alwyn. Rest assured, I don't think it's your college that's the problem, merely the Luminary.
There's a reason he rose to the rank he did. He has to be doing all he can for the Emperor.
If there's one thing I've learned, my dear, is that politics always supersedes actual talent. Just look at my brother.
We should be looking at others in Mauer, then.
Oh, rest assured, we are. I'm just suggesting that Mauer's sudden uprising in the ranks is not without at least a little bit of suspicion. If
Friends, please.
I
we
was
should not argue based on conjecture.
Oh, no. Rest assured. I'm not suggesting anything serious yet. There's not enough evidence to prove anything. If he's innocent, then the evidence will prove him so, and I'll just say that, well, I guess maybe he has more talent than he lets on. But forgive me, I'm not one to overlook a very curious change of plans.
Regardless. Now, I assume you're a very well-heard man around this area now. Have you heard anything about Adele Kettenblum recently?
Unfortunately, I have not seen her since the incident at my garden. Should I be concerned about her?
Quite.
Allow me.
Treason, yes.
Yes. At this point, I verify that the door's closed and that there's nobody listening, and I think, Von Kaufman, since it's very clear that you're on the right side of this, I want you to listen very carefully. I would be very careful with any future conversations with Ketzenblum. She's not who she appears to be.
If it's any consolation, inviting her was not my call. Witch hunters tend to make poor company for a party.
Yes, I can understand that, but hers is especially troublesome. At which point I lean over very closely to make sure that nobody can overhear. A witch hunter is not all she is. Chaos surrounds her.
I will take your word on that, Von Brenner.
But speaking of invitation, if you didn't invite her, who did?
that particular instance was on Marcus Bearfaust. The two of them are, I guess you could say, war buddies.
Perhaps Bearfaust is not. Perhaps we should be looking closer at Bearfaust then. That kind of connection leads to trouble.
That just leaves us more questions than we have answers now.
Agreed.
It is interesting that you mentioned both Bearfaust and Mauer. And I am unsure about your suspicions about Bearfaust, but I do count our fortunes that he was positioned near where the Emperor fell. I wonder if he feels he's redeemed himself after his failure to protect Count Marius at Third Black Fire. I know there's been some whispers that he was responsible for both tragedies, but personally, if I were Elector of Averland, I'd ennoble him on the spot. Perhaps the Emperor will do the same when he awakes. But I'm not certain Graf Marcus would enjoy being a Reichlander.
If we know anything about him, he is not one for high positions. He'd rather be on the field than he would be in a noble's house.
As for Mauer, the wizard has come a long way from his little scholars club back home. I hear he's got rooms at the Laurel's Rest, which, let me tell you, is not cheap. That's something that even I find a bit expensive. I wonder if the Light College is paying for it. They must be over the moon in crowns to have one of their own in the Emperor's inner circle. And of pure enjoyment on the matter. As for myself, I don't exactly get the most comfortable around wizards playing politics. Let us pray the Emperor recovers swiftly and things get a little more normal in this city.
As nice as that would sound, I get the feeling things are going to get a lot more chaotic before things calm down. The darkest days are yet to come.
But there is also the matter of the powder. If Graf Wolfgang was a dead end, then I have precious few leads. Perhaps someone in the Averheim underworld? Don't take this the wrong way, but I think that's more your bull Vollywick than mine. At least it doesn't seem to have directly impacted the war one way or the other.
Not yet.
Why don't we meet? Maybe perhaps we should discuss that in a few days, and we can talk about investigating the matter more. I'll have Kurd make some inquiries. But if I understand this correctly, based on what Kurd has told me and what word I've been hearing around, some mysterious figure, your man in the black cowl, who's the villain behind the dire events plaguing Averheim. Let us assume for a moment that this is true. Is there any reason to believe this person has left Averheim? Would you believe that he is in Altdorf?
My suspicion is that he never was in Averheim to begin with. He just merely had agents there.
Let's put it this way. If he, my suspicion, it could be anybody, but I get the feeling that if we find him and end him, the sooner the war will end.
I agree with Whistler. I have a feeling he's attached to this war. He wants the chaos. Because in the chaos, he can shine.
No. Perhaps.
No, my dear Estelle, I do believe we have met the Cal. We just don't know it yet.
I wouldn't doubt you for a minute there. Whoever they are, they're hiding themselves really rather well. We shall see soon enough, but I assure you we will not let him slip through our fingers by the time we are done.
No, heads will roll. Usually at the hand of a hammer after slicing it off.
Very, very well. Also, a few days ago, I got a bit of a letter from Lady von Altdorf. She had apparently gotten wind that you would be arriving. I guess word about Wolfgang traveled very quickly, a lot more quickly than I had predicted.
Considering the severity of that event, it's not actually a surprise to me.
Well, you're not staying too far in the city. Let me know which inn are you residing in. I'll make sure that she gets in touch with you.
Appreciate it, Von Kaufman. Have we chosen an inn to stay at yet?
Yeah, it was the Little Comet. It's no Laurel's Rest, but it'll do, and it's a mid-range place that actually has that's actually one of the rare times of having a halfling chef, just like when you guys were in Averheim.
What was the name again? Sorry, I blanked.
The Little Comet.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let her know we're staying at the Little Comet.
Very, very well. I will do that. Also, well, you've probably heard at least some rumbling about it. I mean, after all, it's the worst kept secret in Altdorf. The Grand Theogonist has approved a special prayer service for the Emperor in a few days at the Holy Temple of Sigmar. The service proper is invitation only. It'll likely be a who's who list of important nobility and influential people. I'm afraid you'll have to pray outside in the square with the commoners, unless I can pull some strings.
Do what you can. We will do what we must.
We might be able to have some help with that, considering our current company.
No doubt my Archlector will likely be there.
Probably. I would be surprised if he isn't.
And the Archlector is aware of our current mission and is probably would be willing to help us. Might be of use.
Possibly.
At the very least, I'll enjoy the rustled feathers from some of the other nobles if you happen to show up. I will exchange a few words. But first, you do deserve some degree of payment for services rendered. He then snaps his fingers. Weiss, payment. Weiss nods and immediately hands each of you 2 gold.
Nice.
Much appreciated, my lord.
While we would have done this for free, the payment is much appreciated. It will do well in helping us to further our end goal.
If I don't work for free, and I don't think it would not behoove me to assume anyone else would.
A good end. It is appreciated. And rest assured, our job is far from done.
Regardless, if you'll excuse me, I have my own business to attend to. After all, a war is not going to fight itself, even if we are in a stalemate. As you see him slightly point to his desk, which has a large stack of supply requisitions, which he has to go through each one of them and approve as well as arrange how it's going to get moved through his company.
It's understandable. Best of luck to you. Let us know if anything new occurs.
I will do so. Now, I'm mentioning out of character. There's two. There's two more leads that you can go with. Either Captain Bearfaust, who you guys know is probably going to be in the palace. Actually, now that I recall, both Bearfaust and Mao are going to be at the palace. Bearfaust because, well, he's the hero, and Mauer because, well, he's a doc. He's basically become the Imperial Doctor at this point.
Yes, so it looks like it's to the palace it is then.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a villain.
So you say. At this point, I'm like,
oh God.
Well, at this point, I'm like, well, friends. At this point, we have two leads, and both of them in the same location. Personally, I suggest we go with who we've already worked with. Might be easier to sneak some information out of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can always talk to him one-on-one, see what I can glean.
All right. So you head.
On our way.
This is going to be part out, part in, but I lead in by. But Ollie leads into to Lord
Air.
to Aristeo, and I go. I don't want to say it because I have too much respect for you, but you get the feeling your brother is more involved in this than you think. I know it's your blood. And
No, trust me. It's not. I'm not exactly against the idea. It's difficult, but I definitely won't take it off the table. I definitely will keep an eye on him.
This might be my 2 mile an hour brain working hard, but if he shows up, he's the Black Cowl. I called it.
If he is, I will personally put both of 2 bullets right in his eyes.
Anyway,
good to know you're still you. Pats him on the back. Let's go.
While we're walking, I talked to Lady Alwyn. Lady Alwyn, given your new appearance, do you feel any different? I mean, given my new armor, I feel a little bit heavy.
I with that.
You cut off there, dear.
Yeah,
I
you cut off.
absorbed a lot of magic. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, and obviously, I was operating on an off-screen assumption that basically, unless you're actually in combat, you're assumed to be using cantrip to disguise that kind of stuff.
Yes, I am. But they know what my appearance is, but thankfully I hope they haven't commented on it with too many ears present.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you've hit it in character. I'm assuming that in character you've done enough magic to hide the actual form.
That's what they were just saying. Yes.
Then when it's time to fight, it's transformation sequence time.
Oh God.
Obviously, I was saying it quite quietly.
No, it's Transformation Central. Get it right.
True.
And if you don't blame me. You can blame my
friends on the other side.
Mildra joined her on it. And Shiori just face palmed to hell.
Transformation Central.
Walking to the palace, I'm just trying to adjust to this plate mail. I don't know why they gave me something so heavy, but I suppose I could use the protection.
Well, here's the thing:
Be glad for
warrior
it.
priests of Sigmar are most often called, when it comes to dealing with things like orcs and demons.
That's not plate mail. That's the 15th century equivalent of Kevlar. It's the Kevlar vest.
Yep.
Hey, guess what, Bio? You're part of the Shield.
Oh, yay. Nope.
He might.
No, I'm pulling the Ambrose. Nope.
Right.
And anyway, so you guys end up heading to the gates, and of course, there's two members of the Reichsguard who are standing right in front, like you'd expect a couple of palace guards to stand. And the look that they're giving you is basically saying, state your business or get the hell out.
Here
I would
go.
like to
Oh,
seek
God.
an audience with Luminary Mauer, please.
And no, you would like to seek an audience. Luminary Mauer is busy tending to the Emperor. And I don't.
Go ahead.
He's continuing to berate you when all of a sudden he hears a familiar gruff voice saying, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing hassling the heroes of Averheim?" "Sir, no buts. Now stand there and pretend that you're useful for once." As you see Bearfaust walking up in full plate armor as he always is.
Of course.
And since
Oh,
it's
God,
been
out of character, it's almost as if it's like, oh, I forgot what it was, but I forgot what I was about to say.
Damn it, he had something for this.
and putting out
I
Bearfaust's
had
image
something for this.
because it's been a while since you guys have seen. It's been. I'd say at least a month. I want to say almost a month since you guys have seen Bearfaust.
I walk up to him and I'm like, "Captain, you look no worse for the wear."
And I could say the same to you, brother.
Oh! I just thought of it now. The Monday, it's the higher up equivalent of keep your knickers on.
Oh. Road we've traveled has been long, Captain. I'm sure you know that.
I do. Arda has been giving me some of your reports.
Oh yes, my reports. Not a happy tale, but one that needed to be told.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
It's actually very fortuitous that you're here, Captain Bearfaust. You're actually one of the people we wanted to talk to, along with the Luminary.
Would I be able to speak with Luminary Mauer? I have some questions I would like to ask him.
It's funny that because I have some questions as well.
I suppose the exchange of information is in order.
Yeah. Could follow if you would follow me. We need to discuss this in places where things cannot be overheard.
Indeed.
All right, out of character. Okay, we go with them obviously, but out of character. Okay, half and half on this. Shades, DTA. I think he's part of the plan.
Rest assured, everybody, I was thinking the same thing already. That's why I'm going to be walking this very carefully.
You do the talking dance. I'll do the Basham dance if it happens.
Well, have your weapon in hand, but don't arm yourself just yet.
Yeah. I'm not armed. I'm just, I got the thing on my back. You know me. You know me.
All right, let's follow him in and see how this goes.
All right. Let's see. Why is...
Thank you, by the way.
Audio check. Can you hear the music?
Negative.
God damn it.
I think it was playing. It was just very, very, very quiet. Because my desktop audio was going off.
Yeah, I see my little marker icon.
Or I hear something in the background.
Yep.
There
Yeah,
it
I
goes.
hear something. It's kind of white noise-ish.
Yeah, I think that's why we couldn't hear it, because we couldn't tell what it was. But my OBS is going off, so it's picking it up.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. So he after you approach his office, he says, Lord von Brenner, I would like to discuss with you privately.
Very well.
The rest of you, I would request that you wait outside.
Oliver looks sternly, about to say no. Then he just leans over to Aristeo and goes, "Good luck and be careful."
And I just give him a very quiet nod.
Go get him, boss.
As you go, and it appears to be a normal office. You do see a few flasks, as if he. A few flasks, some of which look like the kind of experimental grenade flasks that have been recently developed with the help of the dwarves. For those familiar with D&D, it's basically not too far removed from alchemist fire, or Greek fire if you prefer. He goes, so. Arda had told me that you've made some very strong comments about. Hang on, what?
How the hell did I manage that? I was just trying to open something else.
Yeah, could you?
I don't know how to get rid of it.
There we go.
Sorry.
What happened?
She put her mini on the map.
I don't know.
Do we count this? I'm confused.
Yeah, I think we can count that. Maddie, what time is it?
Yep.
It's K-Roo o'clock, mother.
Get in there! Get the fuck in there! I
that.
can't believe we've done this twice already! Get in there!
I deserve that.
Yep.
He's okay. He's okay. You'll book me later.
When she laughs like that, it scares me.
Anyways, he goes. You have made some very by her claims, you and your compatriots have made some very strong comments about an esteemed witch hunter. I want to make perfectly clear something. I have known Adele Ketzenblum longer than you. I've seen her burn heretics and witches alike at the stake in the defense of the Empire. And now you come along and tell me that she is an agent of chaos. He immediately pulls out a pistol and points it right at you, saying, If she tried to kill you as you claim, she must have thought you were in league with the traitor. How do I know you're not?
I stand firm. I look him right in the eyes, and I just tell him, because by now, if I truly were the heretic that you think I am, don't you think other witch hunters would have had me dead by now?
He says nothing for several seconds, until eventually he holsters it. I don't care which god you pray to, but pray to them tonight that Gregor Hellstrom has backed you up on these matters. If her teacher can see something I can't, then maybe there is something to it.
And at this point, I look at him and go, I understand your frustration with such an egregious accusation. But I promise you, I would not make such an accusation without proof. What I said is true. We were actually attacked in a chaos realm by her and her compatriots. It was not an easy fight, I assure you. Her reputation surely precedes her. Chaos surrounds her heavily.
Mildred, check our chat real quick.
Hang on, let me scroll it down. Actually, given the stuff that you can do, I'm going to type this in so everybody else can't hear it.
Yeah, that.
If it's something I can roll for, I'm going to roll for it, and I will give you the total.
You sound giddy to roll.
I am. The cotton candy's kicking in.
Oh, fuck.
I think I bolted down my first 2 ounces in like 5 minutes.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, hon!
Okay.
Yes!
Mildred, I just go ahead and let her do it, because it sounds like she got an epic roll.
All right.
No, I haven't rolled yet.
No,
Okay.
she just got the news.
Okay, there are two things that you can do. Number one is do a straight magical sight roll to see into the interior. If you want to get the full scope of things, then that is going to require you to cast Eyes of Truth. Except there's one small problem. Light mages are not like gray mages. They are not subtle about their spell casting. So if you're gonna do this,
Boys, get around me now.
Alwyn, what are you doing?
Yep.
I'm listening in.
Alright, I'm getting behind her.
Oh, all right.
No.
No, get around her. Get around me. Hide me.
All right,
Yeah.
let me get the big spot with all the people that might see better. I'll just go like, what are you looking at, fucker?
Let's see.
Because keep in mind, I have to drop cantrip to use any magic.
Alright, I'm covering her on one side.
I've got the other. You've got the.
So I'm gonna keep her out of eyesight of the others, we should be fine.
okay, enough. So which
What
option are you
misfortune?
getting? Which
I'm
option
using
are
Eyes
you-
of Truth.
All right. First things first. We need to see if you. I'm assuming you're doing this conservative.
Yes.
All right. 4 power and you're you've got plenty to do this. You can do this and cast a weak thing to spare.
Yep.
Whatever you do, don't light up like a lightning bug. Even if we're covering you, we wouldn't be able to cover that all.
Okay.
Throw a
This is
towel
going to-
over me or something. Or throw a cloak over me or something then.
This is going to be a spellcraft intelligence check, 2 challenge dice.
Wait, I saw that wolf pelt. I put it over her.
Now I smell like wet dog.
It's cleaned already. Calm down.
I was trying to make a joke.
It was that a bio. That's the joke.
Also, Lady K,
Yes.
this is Altdorf, not Ferelden.
Hey! 3 success, 2 boon.
All right, you managed to cast the spell. You could recover one stress, but there's no
stress to recover.
Yeah. You do, however, spend 4 power. So you're able to look into that and basically, even though the details are a bit distorted because you're not using normal sight, if you remember that awful Daredevil movie, it kind of looks something like that Shadow World effect.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Just with a bit of a color change. What you do
I'm
know,
pretty much seeing auras then.
yeah. Now, as far as Bearfaust, when he's now, I'm going to hold off on the details for Bearfaust because there might be something else to roll. So set up your magical sight roll for later, because I have to switch gears for just 1 second. Shifting
Oh
back.
my god! Oh god!
Hold.
Honey, you gotta come here.
Oh,
What?
the problem is, I think he's shifting back to me, so I can't.
Hold for 1 moment. I'm going somewhere with this.
I'll pop it in our chat. Hold on a minute.
I think this is out of game here, real quick, boys.
Yep. But anyway, he goes, well, I suppose I do not. I feel you are mixing truth with lies, Lord Von Brenner. But at the very least, I will entertain the idea that you have told me the truth. For the time being. Now, is there anything you would like to know? If I recall correctly, I seem to recall that you said during that little party we were all dragged to that you hadn't been back in the capital in quite some time. And after all, it's not just you who has had a lot of things happen. So ask your questions.
And once again, I'm drawing blanks.
Basically, about some of the similar things you had asked before when you had spoken with Frederick.
Gotcha.
You know, whether it be about the Emperor, about his situation in Altdorf, about some of the other players, the war, or the Black Cowl.
Well, if we're entertaining the idea, of your witch hunter friend being involved in all this, then we have to ask a question. While we were in Middenheim, Sir Aschenbeck was framed. A situation that was proven in the courts. Why would someone, even if she's not directly involved, why would she be so willing to convict an innocent man?
I will have to put that into consideration, but I suspect that you see, because of the missing powder, my own men were undersupplied when we left Averheim. But Graf Tobias of Nuln was generous enough to dip into his personal stores when we reached the front. Unfortunately, that did not save us from the ambush.
Yes. This war has got me worried because whatever's going on here, what things I have learned in this investigation leads me to believe that this war was not just some unknown war. I suspect whoever's behind all this wanted that war, created it as more of a diversion, more as a distraction. If you're so focused on fighting an unknown enemy, you'll be less inclined to worry about the unknown. Am I not wrong?
Unknown, like the beastmen?
Mere agents in this, mere pawns in this game, I can assure you.
At the very least,
John, check our chat.
At the very least, I was able to, as you've heard, I was able to rescue our emperor. I've seen far worse wounds, but he won't wake up. I don't know anything about magic. I have no idea how bad his condition truly is. Only I know that anyone who wishes him further harm would first have to get past me, and barring that, Ludwig Schwarzhelm. Good luck with that.
Indeed, both of your skills are quite admirable. But when I refer to whoever's involved, you know what I speak of. I mentioned it in Averheim.
So I do. Yes, I do.
Have you learned anything new about the potential Black Cowl?
It has been difficult to get. When you end up being the hero of Altdorf, he says with an ironic tone, it becomes difficult to ask around, even for my own men. And because of that, Arda has insisted that she follow me at any sort of public gathering to dissuade this sort of thing. For a few brief and brilliant weeks, I was a soldier again. Now I'm trapped in this damn city with 1,500 lordlings and sycophants who want to be my friend. The sooner the Emperor recovers, the better. I want to either go home or go back to the fight. But I will admit, I thought the craven Frederick would stay behind while the army marched. Not that the nobility of Averland were well represented on the front lines anyway. But Frederick has proved a far better asset to the army, sitting in his office and pushing papers around and playing at toy soldiers like most nobles' sons. No offense.
None taken.
And Bauer, I've been forced to revise my opinion of him over the past few weeks. He's no soldier, but the man came to the front with no complaints, served according to his talents, and saved the Emperor's life when I could not. Who can ask for anything more? Still don't trust the damn wizards, but as far as wizards go, Mauer is better than most. I hear he's at the Laurel's Rest.
So I've heard. Quite a step up, might I say.
Yes.
It's part of
also,
the reason.
you've probably also heard, but Clothilde has been asking around for you. You've made quite an impression on someone like her. She's been very kind to my lads, the injured ones who came back with me. I believe she even tried to get Lieutenant Schaefer into a dress, which takes far more courage than I have.
Oh, God.
And I am aware that Clothilde has been seeking me. Rest assured, I was told so by Sir Frederick himself when I arrived. And I'm sure I'll be running into her soon. But, as we saw,
but Arda did give me an interesting rumor. Apparently, an old friend of yours might have been spotted somewhere in Altdorf. Do you remember a man named Frederick Gross?
Ah, yes. What of him?
I've heard that he's trying to establish his. Now, bear in mind, this is the largest of rumors. But I've heard he's trying to reestablish his business in Altdorf, especially with some of the dice games that are coming up in a few weeks.
Well, perhaps I'll go visit him when the opportunity arises. However, there is one other matter of business that my companions and I must attend to. You are not the only person we wish to speak to, as you know. We actually wished to seek an audience with the Luminary to discuss the situation.
I am certain that I can arrange that sort of thing. I do apologize for my earlier threats. It's simply that I needed to make absolutely sure that you weren't a traitor. You weren't a traitor yourself. Hearing that a friend of 12 years is actually a traitor is a very hard ale to go down. You understand?
Oh, absolutely. I can understand your frustration. It's why I didn't hesitate when you pulled the gun on me. Rest assured, if I honestly thought for a minute that there was anything to be concerned of, I would have probably drawn mine as well. But rest assured, there's no need for that. At least, not yet. I would pray to Sigmar that it doesn't come to that. I want this to end as much as you do. And I will do what I can to make sure that happens. I want to help you get back on the front lines. But with more peaceful means.
Very, very well. All right. As you're let out, I am going to shift back to Lady K for one moment and this is something that's going on at the same time as the conversation is going on, and you're getting the gist of it. You're able to see and hear the whole thing, but you note that there is that. You note a bit of a shimmer on the wall, as if there's something there that's intentionally hidden, as if by magic. So, to confirm if that's actually the case, Lady K, I will need the results of a magical sight check.
Still works. Same challenge. Same challenge, that right?
Yes.
Oh yes. 6 successes, 2 boons, 1 righteous success, which rolls into a righteous success, which rolls into a Sigmar's Comet.
Nice.
No!
For those wondering, that's Sarah from the background giving the golf clap.
We appreciate
now
that.
you guys
roll,
see
too.
why I lost my shit when I rolled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although, if you lose your shit, does that mean you have to go to Lost and Found to find it?
No, that means it's round 3. Shite.
Oh, god damn it! Okay. For those of you at home, I think a little context is in order here. Yesterday, or the other day, I had an instance where I had to go to the bathroom. Spare you the details. I'm sure most of you can figure it out. It was a rather nasty night, nasty morning. Get finished up, and I go to lay down with Lady K in bed, just, you know, resting up, and I feel round 2 coming. It builds up, and I'm like, oh crap, and she goes to sit down at her desk. I get up, feel it coming, grab my phone, I open the door to look out, and I'm like, here we go. And the first thing that comes out of her mouth is...
Round 2! Shite!
And she cracks.
Yeah.
There was indeed a snort involved. And if you know Lady K, you know why that's a big deal.
Yep. I feel like I did some sort of massive groan when I saw her put that up on Facebook, but anyway. But yeah, he goes, you should head to the gist of what he says is head to the Laurel's Rest. Shades is what he tells you, because that's where he's likely going to be.
All right.
The other thing is that because of what you rolled, Alwyn, you find out.
You can type it.
Actually, yeah, for something like this. I am going to have to type it directly. So everybody,
Direct
hold on.
message or in the TRPG chat.
I'm typing this. It's not worth doing the voice transfer. Not yet, anyway.
No, I meant our personal chat or TRPG chat.
I think he's putting it in your personal chat.
Yeah, if it's something like that, it'd probably be in your DMs.
This interruption brought to you by Sand. Sand, it's everywhere. Get used to it.
Oh man. By the way, I didn't get a chance to promote this earlier, but I did another Link to the Past commentary earlier this afternoon. Oh dear God, the trolling of the seed.
Link.
Okay.
Please.
I'll send it to you after the stream.
All right. So now that you see that,
I hurriedly drop magical sight. I hurriedly drop my magic as they're coming back out and replace my cantrip.
All right.
Did you see Alwyn?
I'll tell you later.
Hang on. I'm not done. There's one other thing I need to do.
But wait, there's more.
One more thing.
Columbo style.
This interruption brought to you by thebrokeninfinite.com.
Sorry, we're confirming and denying a few things.
Frank, Cisco has approved that message, by the way.
You're welcome.
In other words, my name is Seraph, and I approve this message.
Hashtag
God.
cheap plug.
We need to make a Maui button.
Is this because of that thing I tweeted to you the other day?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, I found out that apparently Monster Hunter World is going to be doing a DLC of Horizon Zero Dawn. So I took the image and I tweeted it to Lady K and I said, "Now you have an excuse." All right. Roll what I asked you to roll.
I'm working on it. Working on it.
Are you going to be spending any fortune points on this roll?
Yes, I'm using 2,
Right.
and rightfully so. All right, 4 successes, 2 boons, 1 chaos star, 1 righteous success, which rolls into a boon.
Wait, you rolled a chaos star?
4 successes, 2 boons, 1 chaos star, 1 righteous success that rolls into another boon.
Uh-oh.
Thank God you're not. Thank God you didn't roll that when you were casting.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, while they're working that out, I want to remind you folks that we are also streaming on Twitch, so please consider jumping over there if you can.
Yeah, show some love. The Twitch is so empty and lonely.
It is.
So lonely.
Twitch wants to love you. Love it.
Yeah.
Love all of it.
The more of you that keep going on Twitch, the more likely we are to open it up for everybody else.
Did everyone hear what Frank said?
Yes.
Good.
Which the more likely we are to open
Sponsorship
it up.
deals, merchandising.
Where the real money from the movie is made.
Also, Slick Rick in the chat. This interruption is brought to you by the Walter David flight of Loot Crate. There can be only one.
Oh, shit!
I don't want to hear
Is that a good? Is that good?
I think
Oh.
it's a good one. Just remember.
It's what I saw.
Just remember that there is. Just remember, Lady K, there is a difference between character knowledge and player knowledge.
Yes, I haven't shared anything. Don't worry.
All right. So obviously, keeping that in mind, the next thing would be dealing with Luminary Mauer.
All right, I hurriedly hand. Oh my God!
The wolf.
Flag.
The wolf cloak.
Yes, I hand that back
Mm-hmm.
Thank
and
you.
replace my cantrip just as the door's opening. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So you guys don't, and of course he looks at you. He looks at you. Barefels looks at the rest of you with the odd position and goes, "What are you doing?"
They were blocking me. I felt a draft, and I get cold easily.
She was feeling down. We had to give her a group hug.
And yet you spent a week in Middenheim.
We didn't hear that.
You get.
I'm
No.
a hot. I'm a hot.
Hang on.
Repeat
you
yourself,
get cold
hon.
easily. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
And you're from Ostland.
Yes, why do you think I left?
Good point. There we are.
And of course, I immediately realize what's going on here. Like,
Bearfaust, bad and hardened as he is, cannot fight a woman. I'm saying that out of character, of course.
Yeah, you say that out loud, I would have hammered you to a Dave.
I ain't dumb enough to say that in character.
Well, he's fought witches before. And anyway, it doesn't take you guys long to head to the Laurel's Rest, which is going to be right about here. And yeah, it's another case of him getting shacked up at the 4-star hotel.
I'll take care of this one, guys. I head over to the desk. Excuse me. Do you know if Luminary Mauer is in the building at the moment?
Is that... Were you sent... He looks at... the man behind the desk looks at your outfit and goes, I'm assuming this is order business?
It is, yes.
May I see? Do you have the proper seals? He's basically asking for ID.
Okay, so all I have to do is just show him my paperwork as a battle mage?
Yeah.
Here you go, sir.
It is dark times indeed if they're sending a battle mage to do an errand. Second floor, third door to your right.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, I'll be back.
stay safe.
I will.
And while she's
I
talking...
head up the stairs.
And just real quickly before you move on, I just want to say, I look over at the rest of the team and I'm like, she checked, didn't she?
By the Heldenhammer.
All you say, Ollie Baltron, we saw he's trying to grin evilly, just a big ass smile, like Terminator 2.
It was that obvious. It was that obvious, wasn't it, Aristeo?
I know you a lot better than you think, but good work.
She'll give us her report after she's done with Mauer.
All right. By this time, I have arrived in front of the door.
Go away! I didn't order room service.
Luminary Mauer, my name is Battle Mage Alwyn Legenfelter. Can I please speak with you?
You immediately see him run up and go, Whatever it was, I didn't do it.
I know that, sir. Can I please step in and speak with you?
By all means.
Oh, he's not suspicious about it. Is he?
Well, the thing
that's not fucking ominous.
Well, the thing to keep in mind is that she technically outranks him.
That explains it.
Still.
Wow, at the very beginning of the campaign, she was showing deference. Now she's the top.
And we lost her.
I went back in. I accidentally hit the back button on my mouse. Matty, what time is it?
Oh, God, here we go again. All right, you know what? It's my turn this
Sarah, your turn.
Let's see. Live from Orlando, Florida, it's John. Fuck.
No!
What time is it now?
Live
we got a
from,
double- we got a
Orlando,
double
Florida.
whammy.
It's Matty O'Clock.
You know what? You know what? It's me and K-Roll Clock, mother. It's me. Come on, please. There we go.
And this is what. Go ahead.
It's me and K-Roll Clock, mother.
And folks,
Get the fuck in there! Can't believe it! 3 times in a row! 3 times! 1, 2, 3, strike 3, you're fucking out! Get the fuck in there!
Yeah.
folks, this is why we want you on Twitch, because you could make a clip of that.
I want a clip. Make the clip. Please make the clip.
Also, Shades,
Also, Frank, you were
I
gonna say.
think we need the botch drop. Because two people botching in the same run is definitely a best match.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Anyway, Frank, you were gonna say?
It's Mildra.
No, it's not Mildra Clock.
No.
It's not Mildra o'clock.
Oh Lord, this is just full fail.
Hey, hey, hey!
It's 7 o'clock, mother.
That's 4! 4!
But no.
golfer's favorite motherfucking number 4.
All right. And I
Back to
think
business,
Mildra
back to
was
business.
asking. I think Mildra was asking for this.
RVT Botch Best Match. Are you ready? Cannot bring tonight. RVT Botcher.
That's the first time I've heard that one.
That's for the new series.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on.
All right. Now then, he goes and goes. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do for you, my lady?
Please, just call me Alan.
Very well, Alwyn. You'll have to forgive me. It's not often I'm face to face with a battle mage. Could you
Understandable.
could you be a dear at the very least and put your halberd up on the wall?
Absolutely. I place my halberd up on the wall, and I even go as far as to leave my dagger far away from where I'm seated.
Thank you. It's just seeing weapons after that ambush is a little bit disconcerting. You understand? I'm not exactly your specific specialization. I prefer having my nose in books, not in blood.
Of course. I'd have a few questions I'd like to ask you, if that's all right, Luminary.
Go ahead.
What is the exact state of the Emperor?
I'm doing my best, but I think he would benefit from a proper physician. Not that the Emperor's champion would let me near his bedside unless he were Magnus the Pious himself. Still, I let one by his bedside. Still, he doesn't appear to be in a serious danger at this point, and I think with just a little more rest, he'll make a full recovery.
Is it some sort of magic means that's keeping him in his condition?
If it is, it's not. If it, I thought that too myself. But beastmen are not usually the ones to fling around magic. They're not exactly high up on the intelligence totem pole, if you follow me.
Double check our chat, Mildra. I've got a question for you in there. Yes or no will do. Okay. All right. May I call you Conrad, or should I keep addressing you as Luminary?
My lady, you may call me whichever you wish. It is your right.
Conrad, I have to ask you this. Has anything seemed suspicious about Bearfaust?
Aside from the fact that he would kill me with a glance if he could. But then again, he is at the very least equal in his hatred of wizards. Par for the course with an Imperial soldier, I would say.
Have you tested for the presence of Schloff?
He paused for a moment. Schloff. How did you have... I unfortunately am not a physician. I was simply asked to care for him using my magic. I have been trying to get a physician in there to do a more thorough check, but every attempt that I've done has been blocked. Is there something I should be concerned about?
Only that we need to keep a closer eye on Marcus Bearfaust than anybody else thinks, including yourself. Do not hesitate to protect yourself, Luminary.
I think
that is all I will say on the matter.
I will do that, but for the love of Shalaya, do not make that man angry. He kills with an efficiency that's both admirable and extremely useful.
That's what I'm afraid of.
But if you are a companion of Lord von Brenner, are you not?
I am, yes.
I do apologize for changing the subject, but could you bring the rest of them in? I have a few words to discuss with them as well, and I think but as far as your suspicions, I will hold that to the side. There is an errand I asked them to take care of for me.
Of course. Do you want me to go down and fetch them, or?
Yes, please.
I shall return shortly. Yep. I walk halfway down the steps. Boys, ass is up here now.
Wait, hidden away. He wants to talk to what now?
Oh, seems we
get up here now.
Let's go, boys.
Right.
I'll have to say that 10,000 other times. We're going.
Now, as far as how you're gonna fit somebody of his size, you're dealing with mages. Haven't you ever seen a TARDIS?
It's bigger on the inside.
We gotta pop out.
Yep. But after everybody gets in, he goes, "Okay, good. Would you have? I'm assuming that with all of this, that you were able to bring the item for up to Middenheim with no problem. How is that obstinate old fool Oppenheimer, anyways?"
Alwyn looks off to the side.
Unfortunately,
he's passed on, Conrad.
Yes, he succeeded in his goal, but at great cost.
May I see the box?
Very well.
Ollie's like very tentatively trying to give the box, as if I don't trust you.
He's just
Ollie.
He's just looking at it. Forgive our forget our concern. Forgive our concerns. Trust is not something easily come by these days.
Something that I need to talk to all of you about while we're here.
Hold that thought. And he takes the box, does a bit of a wave, undoing the seal that he did earlier. Oh yes, sorry about that whole putting a seal on the box thing. I think you understand why I had to do that. It's just a bit unfortunate that I didn't tell you. And he opens the thing, and it looks the way it did after the ritual. On a cursory and casual examination, it seems utterly cleansed of its taint, which is very, very encouraging. If you don't mind, I would like to examine it more thoroughly and share what I can find with the senior members of the Order and get their opinions as well. Verena willing, maybe we have found a reliable way to destroy the taint of chaos.
Forgive me for this, but if we were going to do so, I would rather that one of my companions stay with it. Not that I don't.
I'll stay.
It's not that I don't trust you, Luminary. It's more that
we don't trust you.
Whistler.
What?
Oliver.
Forgive me.
Well, it's the truth.
As I said, trust is hard to come by these days, but I'd rather make sure that someone I do trust is there to keep an eye on things. If not from you, no offense, then at least from someone else who may be involved in this whole conspiracy that we've uncovered.
Conrad, if it's all right, I want to stay and look over this with you and go over what I might know from Oppenheimer's notes as well.
Very, very well. I do hope that Oppenheimer wasn't too disrespectful in your time watching over him. I know he can be a bit much.
A bit.
From what Alwyn has told me, that is the understatement of the millennium.
What did he do?
What didn't he do?
Give me at least the largest offense. If we go through all of the offense, we'll be
wolf pelts. That's the biggest issue I've got is the wolf pelts.
I'm mentioning this to you out of character. I think personally I would have thought it'd be the fact that he could never get your name right and kept calling you woman.
Oh. The fact that he never once called me by my name and it was always woman this, woman that. I wanted to slap the taste out of his mouth.
And I can't. I try to hold back a chuckle.
Alwyn shoots a glare over at Arceo. Keep it up.
No, I
will not hesitate to use my pet name for you, sir.
I mean no. I mean no offense when I say this, Lady Alwyn, but you're going to have to get into the back of the line if you were still alive.
It's good to know that we weren't the only ones who struggled dealing with
in our times at the Collegium Theologica, I had to bear witness to at least 200 formal complaints regarding his treatment of both acolytes and colleagues.
Alwyn snorts a little derisively, all the while smirking. Sounds about right.
So no offense, but if you were still alive and you wanted to beat him and you wanted to beat him from sunrise to sunset, there are at least 60 people who are higher up on that ladder than you.
I would have easily healed him every time to get through each beating.
It is not why. It is bad luck to speak ill of the dead.
That is true.
Regardless, I would like to run a few, if you don't mind. I would like to run a few experiments on my own as a control. Because if there is any instance of chaos left in this thing, then Oppenheimer and myself will be the laughingstock of both the Collegium and the Order of Light.
I will be watching outside the door with magical sight at hand. Are we in agreement?
Yes.
Very well then.
I see no reason to argue against it then.
So what do? We just stick around to make sure no one tries to run interference?
We would stay in town, but it'd be Alwyn that'd be one watching the box pretty much directly.
There's I've also heard a few rumors about you, the troublemakers that you all are.
Not surprising.
Hey, so, look, he knows this.
How is that witch hunter who tried to blame the garden party incident on me?
Oh, why did you mention that?
Rest assured.
Conrad, I will explain everything.
You can just hear Falco seething outside the door.
No, you're in with us, remember?
Yeah, you're...
No, I was sitting outside the door.
No, you're in here.
No, we all came in.
You were inside.
You're in the room.
Fair enough.
Conrad, with all due respect, I will explain everything.
Quite the tale, I can assure you.
So we
have work to be done. Gentlemen, I'll see you back at the Comet's Tail.
Stay safe, Lady Alwyn.
Fair enough.
As much as we may bicker, I would dare not wish any harm upon you.
Same goes for you.
And I look over at the luminary, and rest assured, while we are trusting you for now, know this: if any harm comes to her, or if anything happens to this artifact, there will be no place you can hide. We will find you.
Arsteo, stop it.
I'm making
I will tell you my suspicions. I can tell you right now, he is not part of it.
Forgive me. With our journeys, I've come to see these group as a family. And troublesome as that we may be, I'm very protective of my family. I consider them more of a family than even my own blood.
And Ollie starts to pull him back. Okay, that's enough. All right, let them get to work, boss. Come on.
Come on.
All right.
I know you shouldn't. That look. He's pissing his pants right now. Come on. Come on. My lady, you may proceed when ready.
You behave.
Alwyn, you know as well as I do, this is me behaving.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Oliver.
Come now, let's not keep prattling on.
Falco, do me a favor. Watch that thing again, please.
You know what? Yeah, we're putting nothing to wash tonight.
Well, unless there's any other business to discuss, I believe the rest of us must be off. We know there's someone looking for us, and I'm sure they'll be waiting for us by the time we return to our residence.
Although, let me see if I can get. All right. I just need to check a few notes in advance. So you had but before you end up So there. So we have Alwyn and we have Alwyn and Mauer in doing that whole thing, and the next bit of detail is going to focus on following the rest of the gang back to the inn, which it's evening by the time you get back, and the inn is plenty busy. Mostly because, well, with an inn, you're usually going to have a tavern as well.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got paid. Let's have some fun this evening.
Yep.
Just be sure to check every single drink, especially if you don't recognize the barkeep.
You see that there is a Chilean performer. You see that there is a display for that coming soon. The Tile from all the way from Tilea, the Great Uzelli. Which a few people are gossiping about how entertaining his performances can be. But as you're going in and of course having a pint.
Glass of water for me.
Yep. A veiled lady enters the room, escorted by a bodyguard and a couple of maidservants. You're still with Mauer, remember?
You're not. You're taking care of the box business.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Calling it now. It's Clothelda.
I think we all kind of knew that, but let's just hear this tale.
Yeah. Although after a short while, as they head to the back, one of the maidservants enters the bar again and orders some food and drink. She then approaches Arsteo and goes, Are you Herr Arsteo von Brenner?
Depends on who's asking.
My lady would like a quiet word with you and your companions. If you would be so kind.
Freezing!
Yeah.
Phrasing, boom, both barrels out, moving on.
Do it.
Boys, I think I know who's here. Very well, lead the way.
Right. You're taken to one of the larger rooms towards the back. The closest thing that this place has to a penthouse suite. And but before that, anybody who wants to roll an education or straight intelligence check with 2 challenge die, go right ahead.
I'll take that roll.
No, nothing in there.
I'm staying home on this one.
I can do straight intelligence. I've got enough points in that.
I got 4. I'll give it a shot. I haven't rolled.
And Mike, I think you've got at least 1 die in education.
Yep, I've got 1 die in education. Rolling this conservatively. And how many challenge was it? 2?
Yep.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready.
Roll it.
Ready.
I'll take it.
Yep.
All right, good to go here.
Okay. So just so I'm clear, who's not rolling? So I know not to call your name.
I'll be right back, guys.
I think Bio was the only one who's standing out.
Bio's the only one not rolling, essentially, because Lady K's not part of this.
Yep.
All right. Matty?
2 successes, 1 bane.
Good, good. Mike?
3 successes, 1 Bane, 1 Chaos Star, 2 delay.
All right. Shades?
1 success, 2 boons.
All right. And I'm going to put this. This particular thing is only for Shades and Matty.
All right. Where do you type it?
I'm typing it in our particular channel.
By the way, this typing is brought to you by Ranger Stops. We are joining Comic-Con. Go, go, go!
You would know. You're already there.
Well, for the rest of you.
Oh, God.
I got thrown off because of that typing joke.
Word of warning, now both the sisters have cotton candy in their system.
Oh.
You might want to rephrase that.
Soon enough.
We are terror warning 2. Put on the damn helmet.
Yeah, at least you guys only have to hear it. I have to actually deal with it.
I'll repeat my previous statement. Put on the damn helmet, Shades.
We already did the Ava inspired RPG months ago.
It's a Ron White joke, Mildra.
There's 2 level warnings. Get your damn helmet. Put on the damn helmet.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna go with, but I needed to get the Ava joke out of my system.
Fair enough.
At this
Especially
point, I'm
since
going
I
to settle
talked
with
about
the fact
Ava
that I'm glad I
last
brought
week.
my tool.
Yep.
I'm just going to settle with the fact that I'm glad I brought my towel.
Indeed. So as we walk into the room and I look around and I just simply go, seems my suspicions might be correct.
Yep.
You thinking what I'm thinking, boss?
Yes, for
since
once I think we are.
Since you haven't seen what she looks like in a while, at least the stream hasn't, you see a very familiar face. I thought it was you. I was informed by Graf Frederick that you would be in town. Would you care for a glass of Prittstock Riesling?
Indeed. It's nice to have something a little fancier than the usual boss will. Yes, I had heard you'd been in town.
Hey, what's wrong with the bar swill?
Hey.
Though, don't get me wrong, I think it needs to be fancier, so yeah, why not?
Anyway, I had heard you'd been looking for me.
Well, I had heard. I understand that you're busy with your little adventures, but well, I've had some very disappointing news. When we were riding together for that incident, I had mentioned I was hoping to see a Chilean play in Altdorf, given what was going to happen. Well, unfortunately, the performance that I hope to see of Cobweb Castle at the Temple of Drama Theater has been postponed indefinitely. I spoke to the director, a very charming fellow, and he informed me that he was having numerous problems regarding some missing props. As far as I understand it, you have quite a bit of experience with this sort of arena, investigating mysteries and helping people, as we know. So I was wondering if you could call in on him tomorrow and see if you could get to the bottom of the matter. I'd be ever so grateful.
Normally,
Wait, time it. What kind of props?
Yes, I was kind of curious about that myself.
He did not specify. It'd be best to ask that to him yourself.
If it were anybody else, I'd probably scoff at such a, well, off request, but considering our relationships in the past, I can certainly give it a look.
And forgive me, Lord Von Brunner, but we've been dealing with a lot of off stuff as of late.
You know what I meant, Whistler. It's been a very arduous journey, as I'm sure you heard.
Very well.
Yeah, Ollie needed to be stupid. He hadn't been stupid all show today, so he needed to be a little stupid there.
Everybody gets one.
Yes, sir.
Hang on, let me see. Okay. As you discuss with her, you can hear in the distance that it sounds like there's a bit of a crowd gathering inside the bar. Oh, judging by the noise, it seems that this great Ozelli has finally decided to make his appearance. It's not exactly my cup of tea, but maybe you'll enjoy it. Lord knows, with all the traveling you've done to get here, you could use the entertainment.
Okay, out of character, why does that sound suspicious?
It's not. That's because you're being paranoid.
Well, can you blame us?
No.
We could do for a bit of an R&R. Might as well check it out.
Right.
Who knows? Might actually have some fun for once.
Okay. And much like I did when it came to traveling, I want everybody to roll observation.
Okay.
What's the difficulty there?
Difficulty is 1 because there is so much. Difficulty is 1 because there's just so much noise. You're going to hear at least 1 or 2 things going about.
Yeah, there's got to be so much shit going on. Observation is straight intelligence, right?
Yep.
Duh.
My roll's ready.
Fuck
Ready
mother
here.
hell.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
And Bio, if you feel like it, you could spend the fortune point. I mean, at this point, if it doesn't look like we're in a fight tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Careful what you wish for.
I'm just saying this has been more of an investigation type of thing, and I like those episodes. I like to keep it that way.
I'll take her off.
Yeah, I'll spend a fortune point myself.
I'm just giving the double deuces now.
That's why I'm only spending 1 fortune point myself.
All right. Okay, has everybody rolled?
Roll.
I have rolled, yes.
All right. Matty, lay it on me.
Only 1 success, but 1 boon and 1 chaos star.
which technically cancels each other out.
I thought the
So
Sigmar's
just one,
comments
just the one success.
Nope, never mind. I was thinking of something else. It's
Boons cancel out Banes. Sigmar's comments cancel out Chaos Stars. I didn't remember.
Yeah. It's just that sometimes the Broken Tome is kind of iffy about whether or not it's going to count something canceling.
Hey, I just read the results, man.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
I know.
It's not on you. It's on Broken Tome. Mike.
2 success, 2 boons.
All right. Shades.
4 success, 1 Sigmar's comment.
All right, and Bio.
Failure, 3 boons.
Well, hey! You got 3 boons. Better than nothing.
Okay, KG Inafune.
Not sure who that was directed at.
That was at whoever said it's better than nothing.
That's why I booed.
If you want to know why I keep bringing that up is because somebody decided that they would give me that game as a gift.
Ooh.
And because I don't know the store it was bought at, I can't return it. So I played that fucking thing all the way through. Thank you very much.
Oh no.
If you want to know why I hate it, just watch Game Soup's video. It's an hour long, but he goes into very good detail. Anyway, so Matty, what you end up hearing is shame they ran out of the peculiar brew. It's meant to be good stuff, that. So it's only since the last month that they've been importing it from Averland. Let's see. Mike, what you end up hearing is saying to someone else, don't tell it to anyone I told you, will you? But a friend of a friend tells me if you ever want to talk about seeing someone dealt a mischief, you only got to find a man who drinks at the Holy Hammer of Sigmar. Place is like a veritable assassin's guild, so he says. Here, Shades, you hear a few things. One of them is you don't know anyone who's going to the shindig at the Holy Temple tomorrow, do you? You do? Proper exclusive guest list at that, isn't it? And also I hear there's a noblewoman from Averheim staying nearby. She must be in the city to petition the Emperor about the Elector's seat down in Averland. She best watch herself. There'll be blood before that's settled.
Out of character, the props that were stolen, were they being carried from Averland?
We don't know. We're going to ask about that, but let's just focus on what we're dealing with now.
They ran out of Plash Peculiar, which is a brown ale that's only brewed in Averland.
Yeah.
They fetch a fresh keg from the cellar and tap it at the bar, working quickly to satisfy the increasingly impatient queue of drinkers. However, when they try to draw ale from the barrel, they find it's not filled with liquid. A shower of black powder flows into a waiting stein. The staff are puzzled by the sight, but fortunately, there is no explosion. Just a bunch of people laughing at the barkeep, because he thought he got ale. It turns out he ended up grabbing a keg of black powder.
I'm walking up to the barkeep. Pardon me, sir, but how did you come about black powder?
I think a better question is how did you come about with that keg?
was part.
Oh.
It was part of our last delivery. It was part of our last delivery cart. Part of the haulers division of Four Seasons, who handle ales imported to Altdorf. He explains.
And where were they imported from?
Nope. Wherever. If you're that damn curious about the thing, you'd be better off asking the going over to the cat and fiddle. You do see that there's a red X stamped on the bottom. He goes, "Now, if you excuse me, I need to get the actual ale before everybody else tries to kill me."
Very well, but I do need to ask if I could take that with us. We have a suspicion we know where that came from.
Yeah.
Ask me again after the performance. Then we'll talk. He says with a bit of a brush as he walks back. Puts in a diff. You do note that on the bottom of the ale with the keg with the black powder, you see a small red X stamped on the bottom. But he eventually heads to the back, brings back a proper keg, corks it in, starts to fill up a stein, and everybody goes, "Hey, we finally got some ale."
Hey.
But once that's died down,
I'm not there, but what kind of ale was that again? You guys should be asking that.
Yeah, brown ale, right?
Yeah.
I believe we asked that, or we talked about that.
Yeah. But and anyway, after the I think you do see the performance start to begin. You starting up with a few warm-up acts, a juggler followed by a man with a dancing dog. Most of the audience consists of dockers and local commoners, though there's a few young aristocrats on one side, and towards the back, not who though we'd have to pass by you if he was to walk, is an aloof-looking elf who seems to have a sour look on his face.
An elf just over other elf, Altdorf. Huh. What's he doing out this far out?
You gonna try and ask him about it?
Yeah, don't be shy. You've been inactive tonight, man.
Yeah.
Get in there. Get in there.
I'm wondering if Whistler's encouragement is partly him being encouraging and partly the ale talking.
I'm going more of the ale.
Same here. Granted, I'm not there.
To be fair, I'm about to finish I'm about to go to the fridge to finish the hard lemonade. So you tell me.
As you walk up to him, you see that the outfit they usually has is the kind that's reserved more for sailors than for soldiers. He looks up at you, grumbles, and goes, "If you don't mind, I am here tonight to relax and take in the distractions, not to make friends or engage in idle chatter."
I can certainly understand your standoffishness, but I was wondering if you had news.
Before you can even finish, he just says, "Bugger off."
Okay then.
Yep. With that, I'm apparently he's not going to be too talkative tonight, so I'll leave him be, but we'll remember his face though next time.
Mm-hmm. And anyway, eventually a man in Chilean outfit takes the stage, basically looking like the ringleader for a circus. He's a small, perspiring man in his 30s with a neat black goatee and a handlebar mustache. He seems to have an instrument akin to a bronze ear trumpet, but much larger. And this is of course the great Ozelli, and he says, For my first ditty, I present to you the Drakewald Lament. And everybody thinks that he's going to be playing it, except he's technically playing it, except he's not playing it with his mouth.
No, don't tell me.
Yep, part trumpet. The effect is surprisingly tuneful.
Jesus.
As crass as it is, he actually is.
Wait, I gotta ask. Did he play a brown note?
Also, I want to note that even in my neighboring state, I am keeping one eye on the performance, and just because I'm suspicious, I'm keeping an eye on that other barrel.
Oh, by this point, that barrel has been moved to the back.
Oh, damn it!
By the way, I go away for a few seconds to go take the black cowl, and I hear butt trumpet. What the hell?
But after about a minute, the elf that you saw before puts his wine to one side, stands up and says, and while brushes by you, walks to the exit. But before he leaves, he immediately shouts, "So this is what passes for entertainment to the boors in Altdorf these days, is it? How childish!" At which gets him immediate heat from the crowd, just booing and cheering at him.
I call planned.
Yep, and he makes as he slips out, he walks by a burly looking docker and says, "I suppose you're used to flatulence of a much finer timber in. I suppose you're sorry." A docker says to him, "I suppose you're used to flatulence of a much finer timber in Lothern's shining silver taverns." But eventually, his performance ends, and the crowd disperses. And with of course that being a perfect time for you guys to head up to your rooms and retire for the night.
Not quite.
What are you doing?
We still have the business of that barrel of black powder, and I am not going anywhere until we get that dealt with. Because
let's wrap that bit up before we wrap it up.
That's too convenient. I want to know. I want to make sure we have that in possession because my suspicions are higher than a Rocky Mountain high.
Is it?
I can't feel my shoes high.
But is it
higher than Irma?
Actually, I was going to ask, is it higher than RVD?
Right now?
No, Shades. That question was aimed at you.
It was a good one, dear. I will grant you that, but I think Mildra's got the better idea. And yes, it is Mildra.
Actually, no, that's impossible. You have to be higher than Sabu.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
It's almost as high as Sabu. I think we could go that high, but not much.
Close enough, yes. Oh.
But regardless, he just since that's dealt with, he though here's the good news. He does let you into the back to take a look, but when you go in there, you don't see the powder, the barrel with the X on it.
Where did it go?
I asked one of the servants if she'd be so kind to take it over to the Cat and Fiddle and give them a talking to about it. you have any idea how embarrassing it is to have that happen in a performance with the great Ozelli?
I understand your frustration, but if my suspicions are correct, what you just did was mess with stolen property.
Well, if nothing else, it ain't coming. If nothing else, it's not gonna be on me. He basically doesn't get. As far as he's concerned, he's innocent, so he's in the don't give a shit mode.
It will be on you once Fredman von Kaufman deals with you, I can assure you of that. And I can promise you, he is not a man to be trifled with. I know from experience.
Yeah, I've heard that many a time when somebody ain't paying up on taps.
If you think
At this point, Ollie looks at Von Kaufman and is like, listen, we know where it's going to go. Let's go. Come on. He's had enough. He's had enough. Let's go.
Yeah. Fine.
Oh,
let's go, Von Brenner.
I was going to say, because you called him Von Kaufman a second ago.
I know.
What time is it?
No, if you're talking about me, I did mean Von Kaufman.
I was talking to Matty.
Mm-hmm.
Matty, what time is it?
I'm not in the fun again. This is a serious moment.
Yeah. That's why I'm letting this one pass.
All right.
This is the wingman telling the drunk. This is the inebriated wingman telling. Okay, go to bed. Time to go to bed. One thing about Ollie, he's a smart drunk. Smart-ish drunk, but he's smart enough to know, okay, this ain't going anywhere.
The problem is, it did go somewhere. That's the problem.
We know where it's going. We'll take care of it tomorrow.
Our sales let cooler heads prevail.
I'm done dealing with this, Baki, but we cannot let that...
We're not done with the barrel. We know where it's going. Come on.
Whistler, listen to me!
Whistler.
That barrel could be stolen or traded somewhere else before we even get one single wink.
You do realize it's really late at night. If you try and storm that in, you're gonna be the ones in trouble for breaking and entering.
This is I know. I'm not happy about it either. But this is the drunk stupid guy going, this ain't getting solved tonight. This ain't getting solved now. I ain't happy about it.
If that barrel if we don't get that barrel back tomorrow, I swear to God, I'm coming back to this inn and I'm putting 2 bullets into this man's face. No, better. 2 in his balls!
You've had
he looks at you before walking off and going, "What are you, my wife?"
Ollie, drag him back to his room.
Full Nelson.
I know. I simply put you know what? I pull rank. I know. He gets he looks at Herr von Brenner's face. He knows he's about to shoot him and say, "Hey, he's pulling the rank card. I order you to go to bed. This will be solved in the morning. Go."
Yes, since we all have something to do tomorrow, I should make a trip to the temple in the morning.
Believe me, we'll be back tomorrow. If it's not there, then we deal with the barkeep. Or the inn that was supposed to... We know where it's going. We'll deal with it then. We're not risking anything. We're not risking going to jail. We're not doing anything.
Fine. Let's go. Bear in mind, I've had a few drinks too, so I'm also...
That's exactly.
Aristea's the angry drunk.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm the smart drunk going, okay, I'm the leader of this bunch. When it comes to ales, I'm the leader of this bunch. I know when the angry drunk gets angry, people get hurt. Get out now.
So Ollie's a smart drunk, kind of like a Volvo with a gun rack.
True, you don't see those any day, but they're still fucking useful.
All right, let's go.
So you all retire to your respective rooms, and with that is where we are going to end this particular episode. I did have a moment to do a dramatic cliffhanger, but I decided, nah, I got one more thing I can fit in to get my shit in. It's not going to be. And besides, if you end up having to deal with 2 dramatic cliffhangers in the same week, I'm going to end up getting the Damn It Dilo award.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, and to be fair, we're not topping Malika Lim this week. You're not.
No.
As good as you are, and you're good at it, you're not topping that cliffhanger.
No, I'm not. And to be honest, there is still a method to my madness.
Yes.
Because you guys know I do long-term booking.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Regardless, you feel like doing the wrap-up, Shades?
Yeah, I'm good for it. Let's get this going here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here for The Enemy Within. Let's talk about what's happening the rest of this week here on RVTV, though, to be fair, it's not going to be very much because...
It ain't going to be much.
Thursday and Friday, we got nothing. I know it shows up on the screen, but those shows ain't happened because Matty's already gone, and tomorrow, me, Easy Rider, and Spade Ace will be joining him.
Well, to be fair, Thursday and Friday we still have Helmsmen.
That's
still
true.
Do those. We still do those.
That is very
And
true.
I still have now, if I'm reading this tweet correctly, we are going to be joined by the writer in a soon-ish persistence.
Yes, so you're looking forward to that, Matty. But yeah, and me and Spade Ace will be joining you guys tomorrow, most likely either late morning or early afternoon, because that's our plan. So we'll be seeing you guys then. But yeah, Tony Helms will be streaming during that time. He usually streams Thursdays and Fridays as well, but his main stream will be still on Saturday. The Helmsman with Tony Helms and the gang. So look forward to that. Sunday is also obviously off the table because, yeah, we're not going to be in town. We're going to be busy meeting some awesome Power Rangers guests. Also, to confirm for anyone who is going to be at Ranger Stop, we do have our Tokyo Music Video Contest. The panel will be at 2:30 Saturday afternoon as well, so make sure you guys look forward to that. What we do have on Monday, I will probably be doing more of a Shades Talks, discussing my feelings on Ranger Stop, even though I know we'll probably talk more about it on Thursday as well, but, you know, I got a lot to say. Better to get off my chest.
It's the personal account, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's personal account. So I'll have that Monday at 8. Tuesday, we've got Rift Down with TWK and the crew checking out the latest SmackDown, providing their randomness like they always do, so be sure to join them for that. And then, of course, Wednesday, we will be back for another edition of The Enemy Within, so we can continue our journey and find out what happened to that goddamn barrel!
Yeah. Calm down. Hey, if you had kept going, I would have pulled higher rank and brought back the gimmick we just dropped.
I know. I'm just playing it. I'm working my gimmick, damn it.
Our sale was literally over a barrel.
Bio, congratulations, you're learning.
Took you long enough.
I'm not gonna lie, Bio. You have been on your A game tonight when it comes to jokes.
You've been pumping them out too. Also, since that was technically a burn, and we haven't heard this, and we're probably not going to hear it again, let me hit this particular button over here.
Gonna need a sensu for that one.
While you're at it, give one to Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you mean Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Yeah, same difference. Oh man. So that's what's going on this next week, and of course, once I get back from Ranger Stop, I'll be doing more of my Link to the Past randomizer commentaries. Lady K will have more Let's Play with Lady K for you as well, because I know she's going to bug me about it. She's going to say something about it if I don't.
Yep.
So, but I know she's not doing anything this week because of all this madness going on. But next week we'll probably be back to normal.
I've got 2 trips to Orlando to make.
Yeah. Also, give Lady K some good luck. She's going to be doing some America's Got Talent auditions this weekend as well. So send her.
Yep, I will be auditioning Sunday. Keep your fingers crossed.
There you go. So wish her the best of luck. Got all of that going on and more, as always, here on RVTV. And if you guys enjoyed tonight's show, make sure you follow all of us on our social media, which all of it is located in the description below. And don't forget, if you guys want to help support me, my Patreon is also located down there as well, at least on YouTube. So please, that would be much appreciated. Even just $1 a month. That's all I need. I don't ask for much, folks. But it helps me. It's helped to help make these streams more awesome than ever. Please consider subscribing today. In the meantime, we want to thank you guys for joining us as always. On behalf of the crew here, starting with Mildra the Monk.
My name is Mildra. I'm your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty, everybody, and fuck the Nick channel.
Lady K.
All right, guys. This is Lady K. Catch you on the flip side. Rock on, y'all.
BioHybrid.
I'm BioHybrid. Shine on you, crazy diamonds.
Mike Shell.
This is Mike Shell reminding you to who leave in Fez mode.
Seraph. Don't think I forgot about you, buddy.
Oh. Later, everybody.
And Matty Jay.
My name's Matty Jay. Remind you, help professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. And if at all possible, please get your ass to Ranger Stop.
Amen, brother. I'm the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!
Bye, bye, bye.
Special thanks to Eric Vaughn and Cure You Crimson for their Patreon donations. Donate today so you can keep these streams going.